Yo, yo, yo. Yep, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing today? I see y'all out there live already first thing this morning. Shout out to my guy D-Rob. Said, you know what, ladies? I was on a break, but now I'm back. I was on a break, ladies, but now I'm back. Come in the building, say feeling like a champion. That's what I'm talking about. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another episode of Morning Motivation. Morning Motivation. For those of you who may be just passing through, just stopping by for a minute, let me give you a quick little tidbit on what Morning Motivation is. Morning Motivation is a community of personal development. People trying to become the best version of themselves. I know I do a lot of talking, but this is by no means a one-person show. We're a community. We're building together, and we're growing into the best versions of ourselves. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jamon, and I am not a licensed therapist, but I am certified in family and personal development. I am a practitioner. I'm not only a client. Oh yeah, I'm not only a client, but I also run this thing too because I've seen so much. I've made so many mistakes, and I watch people making mistakes, and you get to a point where you either have to turn a blind eye or you got to do something. And so I chose to do something. And so I welcome anybody who is on the same journey as I am. This is not a place of perfection. By no stretch of the imagination, we're all works. And we're trying to progress to the next phases in our life. So, with that being said, today, I know y'all saw the title. But it's early. My voice ain't warm yet. But love and happiness. Love and happiness. Getting my Al Green on for a few minutes this morning. Why are we talking about love and happiness? Well, if you call yesterday's show, you know we talked about a lot actually, but it's about the whole relationship space, that dating, that romance. But primarily, we've been talking about how you get in relationships and you wooing one another. There's courting that's actually happening. You building something, but somewhere along the lines, things fall apart. The relationships get dry, get boring. You're not doing what you're saying, what you used to do. And as somebody said yesterday, bring that same energy. Now, y'all, I just noticed something. I want to apologize for my chair. My chair's been squeaking a lot here lately, and somebody said, "Hey man, it sound like you was letting a couple go yesterday." I was like, "No, I ain't letting nothing go." At least not on air, I don't think, But yeah, I have noticed. I do got a little, yeah, right there. I have a little squeak going on in my chair, and I'm really about to replace it, but I'm about to get a new studio as well. So I figure I'll just wait till I do the overhaul, and I gotta find my WD-40 so I can go ahead and take care of that. I'll try to have it done by tomorrow. So if you hear that, just pay me no mind. Pay me no mind. It's not me. Not me at all. And if you thought it was me, put a one in the chat if you heard it and you thought it was me. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, I need a WD-40. Doggone. Now I can't stop hearing it. I heard it yesterday, but it was so far back in my mind. But now today is gonna aggravate me. But yeah, so something falls apart in your relationship, and you get to a space where you think about calling it quits because there must be something better out there. I need to get that old feeling back. I want to be pursued, ladies. Oh, Monique said, I got some Pam spray. That'll work too. I definitely got some Pam, Monique. So we're going to take care of that as soon as the show is over today. Just as soon as it's over. So, yeah, you want that old thing back. You want to feel something. So you want to maybe go out there and just, maybe I can find something different. Maybe I've been doing this marriage thing too long. And then 25 years in, and you said, know what? I'm out. I'm blowing this whole thing up and I'm out. Everybody's affected. You're affected more than you realize you are. Because it's the breaking of two people. It's the breaking of a union. The finances are different. And so now you have to become a person that you really don't want to become because you got to secure your future and damn the other person. I got to get all I can get. The kids are going through it. And not to mention the other person is going through it. And so we've had so many bad breakups, so many bad relationship outcomes. But yet we keep going through it over and over and over again. And now it's becoming a one-upsmanship. All I hear guys is talking about, what's the point in getting married? Oh, I'm doing a prenup. Marriage is stupid. That's what I keep hearing from the guys. And I don't talk to a lot of ladies, so I don't have a lot of the talking points that ladies are throwing around. Other than, get the bag, girl. You don't need no man, girl. But I can say unequivocally, both camps are misguided. Both camps don't completely understand what's happening. And there's a reason there's a reason the relationships are where they are today. Even in marriages, there's a reason why so many marriages are sexless. There's a reason why so many marriages are struggling quietly. I used to call it quiet desperation. I should have named this show Quiet Desperation. Because so many of us are in spaces where we're lonely, even if we're in a relationship, but we're lonely. We don't know why we feel the way we feel. We're just not happy. I like that, D-Rob. That's why you here, bruh. That's why you here. Yeah, now I get it. If you from a certain generation, if you anywhere close to a Gen Xer, you probably have maybe heard the thoughts, but was never a calling card for the culture. Well, today, for my children's generation, that is the calling card. That's what I hear so many times. And partly it's because of some of who our spokespeople are, who we listen to. So I want to ask a question. What's your era of love music? So for some people, it's that Al Green, that Love and Happiness. Something that'll make you do right, make you do wrong. Now, that wasn't my particular era, but I vibe with it. My era was more along the lines of, come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know your name. You know, that Jodeci, that Silk, pretty brown eyes, mint condition. That's my era. Drop in some 112, some peaches and cream, you know, some my man, what's their name? Dudes out of Atlanta. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger, girl. Ooh, D-Rod, what you know about Sweet Lady, bro? Come on now. Now you ain't dropping the Isley Brothers. You see, what I'm saying is that love music is timeless. It don't even matter. I think Brick by Brick said it. What was his name? I love ya. What was his name? Lenny somebody. Lenny somebody. Come on now. Yeah, Boys the Man. I'm down on bended knee. Right. I ain't gonna sing the other one because y'all. I told y'all in Facebook last night. End of the road. I sung that song every 6 months, faithfully, like clockwork. Oh man. Drew Hill, Monique said dry hill. We ain't talking about breakup songs right now, Monique. Oh, Jagged Edge. That's right. Jagged Edge. D. Rob said, I didn't grow up like other folks. You for sure. Lenny Williams. That's right. And sometimes I get lonely. And the tears start rolling down my face. Boy, so love songs, man. Jesse Powell, You, Avant. It's so many artists out there who make great music, great love songs. And most of them, they make them. I got you, Mo. Most of them, I know they make them primarily because they feel away. They felt away. And okay, say Pretty Ricky. See, I can't really relate to Pretty Ricky too much because at that age, I was parenting hard at that age. And Pretty Ricky just never made my radar. I knew who they were. I knew the members in the group, but they just never resonated with me. I was still on that Teddy, turn off the lights, right? The Isley Brothers. Oh, Uncle Charlie. I mean, there's so much love music out there. My mom, Luther Vandross, she would bump Luther all day, every day on Saturday. Whenever we riding in the car, except on Sunday. On Sunday morning, it was all gospel music, because she was singing in the choir. D. Robson, I'm a music head, so I listen to a lot. I see. What up, Kay? Yeah, man. So love music. It's generation. It's not as generational as because it's not super specific. It's about love. It's an open topic. Precious Sledge. When a man loves a woman, right? When a man loves a woman. Shalimar. Oh man. Y'all remember House Party? What was the song? Always and forever, right? Each moment with you. It don't matter what era you come from. We can't talk about Gerald Levert. See, this is what got me in trouble Saturday, man. This over the weekend. I'm in my car going through these old catalogs, and I'm just like, it's putting me back literally in the moment. Going back to what I felt in those times, who I was hanging around, what I was doing. Next, Immature. Yeah, the list goes on. Because love is universal. Everybody got a love song and a love story. I believe they have a term for it now. A term that they have for that space right now is called new relationship energy. When you get into a relationship, that new relationship energy, it will have you on the phone all night long, just listening to people breathe. Hey, you sleep? No, I'm not asleep. I'm not asleep. I was just thinking about you. Oh, you so sweet. All day long. On the phone. What you doing? What you doing? So what's your era? I just told you mine. What's your era? Or matter of fact, maybe not your era. What's your go-to song? Yes, the phone with the long cord. Man, we had a phone in the kitchen. And when I tell you I went and bought was it 25 or 50 foot, the curled up joints? And When my parents would go to bed at night, I would replace the phone cord. I would dial the number, and I would stretch that thing all the way out from the kitchen to my bedroom. From the kitchen to my bedroom. Yeah. So the question is, are there really a lot of R&B artists out there? Not right there, D-Rob. All my life, I pray for someone like you. I don't know because I'm not connected anymore. So I'm asking, give me, give me two male R&B singers today that's making like really good love music, and give me two female that's making really good love music, and I'll check them out. I'll check them out. But I couldn't even hang up on them, Monique, because my cord was so long that if they came through the house late to get a snack or some water or something, they saw where the trail was leading. So my door would just slowly open. Get off my damn phone. Yo, appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate that. Tank, yeah. Tank kind of gives me. I don't really see Tank as a new artist. I see Tank as like old school because he's been around. One, he's been around for a minute, but two, his music is more tuned to my generation. Used to time the high five at 9 because you knew the number one song was gonna be. Oh man, what was it? Guy. What was that song I made? It was like a banger for years. It was like in the top five for years. I cannot think of the name. But anyway, it's so many artists out there. Seasoned artists, yeah. Someday by LMA. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. So why am I talking about this? Her has some good. She do have some good songs. I will say that. I caught some of hers catalog. It is pretty good. Yeah, I can't even front on her. Trey Songs. Trey Songs has some. He definitely has some baby makers on there. B said Wiz Kid. October London. Wow. That's a name for you. I had to check. Is that a guy or girl? October London. Kind of reminds me of Toronto Riggins, right? Toronto, I want to tell you, the first time I saw your name, I said, yo, this must be an author, ghostwriter. This is somebody right here, because that name is like, wow. That's like a movie name. No, that's a guy. October London. I'm gonna write him down now. October London artist. I appreciate the share. Because when you are in those moments, when you listening to those music, when you having those feelings for a person, that new relationship energy, it's like crack. It's like heroin. It's like all the drugs out there that take you out of your mind, gives you that great escape. It transports you to another world. They transport you to another space and time for some people. I grew up in the era where crack became a thing, right? A major thing. And I watched families break apart. I watched people moving, changing locations, quitting jobs. Sounds like new relationship energy, right? It's the same thing because it's a chemical release. It's endorphins. The endorphins that are flooding our bodies. I remember one time I was trying to talk to this girl. I was trying to talk to this girl, and she was the finest woman on planet Earth. And I was talking to one of my homeboys one day, and I said, bruh, hey, yo, Giveon. Yeah, I've heard of Giveon. I was talking with my partners, And I was like, yo, what you think about old girl? He said, who? Right here? I'm like, yeah. I said, bro, ain't she fine? He was like, I mean, she all right. She kind of mid. I'm like, bro, you stupid. You don't see how fine that woman is right there? You see, the endorphins had gripped me. I was having them late night phone calls with her. I was playing back the cassette tape for her. I was stretching out that long phone cord for her. Now we were still young now, so it wasn't no relations happening, but it was just the thought of her that drove me crazy. So imagine if something had happened. I would have lost my mind. I would have disobeyed my parents. I might even been pew 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 in the club. Because new relationship energy is dangerous, y'all. I'm telling you it is. It is dangerous. Man, y'all just dropping them names right now. We might have to come up with a playlist for sure. It's so bad. I'm dating this one girl, and you can't tell me I'm not in love with this chick. I want to be around her all the time. I'm trying to play hard because I'm a single man. I'm out here in these streets. I'm retiring my roster just for this one chick because I'm thinking this might be the one. So I'm ghosting other people. I'm isolating from family. I'm just linking straight to this chick right here. I was at her house every night. She was at my house every day doing like lunch. We get off work. We work around the same area. So we always meet at my house for lunch for, meet and greet. To be nice, a meet and greeting time. But then back at her house at night, I spent probably 60% of my waking hours with her. Free time, 98.7% of my free time was with her. D-Rob is definitely a music head. He's like Apple Music. He has a diverse catalog. But then over time, something started to happen. And I didn't have all the warm and the fuzzies that I once had. I still had strong feelings for her, no doubt. But it was maturing because stuff was happening around the relationship. And when I woke up, y'all? I woke up the day I think she went out of town or something. And she needed me to go by her house to pick up something. And I decided while I was there, so you know what, I'm tired. I'm going to catch me about a quick 30-minute nap, and then I'm going to be out. So I laid on the couch. I laid back, and I look around for the remote. I don't see the remote. So I stick my hand, in the couch, and I grab the remote. But as I'm picking it up, I'm squeezing, and something squishy comes out on my hands. And as I look down, it's an old piece of bologna. An old piece of bologna is stuck to the remote. And I don't know if that turned me off because it was bologna, or if it turned me off because I'm nice nasty. But what I know, it was the most disgusting, unexpected thing I've ever experienced. And then I get up and I take the remote and the bologna to the kitchen to throw it in the trash can. I flip the light on and I see dishes piled up everywhere. I look in the corner, the trash is more trash on the floor than in the trash can. I open the refrigerator, it is old food, and it's just like, I've never seen any of it before. It's as if I was wearing some kind of glasses or had a mask on and I just couldn't see it before. But now all of a sudden, the spell has been broken. Now I see all the things that were always there. She never was the cleanest or the most tidiest person, but I never noticed it because whenever we went to her house, it was dark. So I wasn't looking for anything. I was looking for the bedroom light, just to be 100. I was just looking for the bedroom light. Didn't even walk through the kitchen. And then I instantly got, my stomach started hurting a little bit because I'm like, how many nights did she go get me some water or some juice? What glass was I drinking out of? Where did that glass come from? Exactly. Somebody said last call. The lights came up and I'm just like, oh no, where am I? You see, that's new relationship energy, y'all. It'll have you ignoring things that you generally would not ignore. You generally would not ignore it. But that's that new relationship energy. That's that romance, ladies. That's the romance that you've been looking for, that you've been trying to recapture. And at some point in your relationship, you realize that it's gone. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. Why? Oh, it was all a dream. Man, I have a very active imagination. As most of you probably know, I have a very active imagination. I could not be comfortable in her house after that. Every time I lay in the bed, I'm like, when was the last time she washed these sheets? Who else was on these sheets other than me? Am I the only one feeling this way? Because when she come to my house is clean. Because I want her to be comfortable when she comes to my house. Do she not feel the same way I feel? Because when I come to her house, it's treacherous. But that's new relationship energy. Now because of, I didn't go back like for long. What's gonna crawl in your ear? Man, look, let me tell you. When you young, especially as a young man sometimes, when ladies, what y'all don't, I don't think y'all fully comprehend sometimes. Sometimes we gotta make, guys, we make deals. We make bargains with ourselves. Just let's say, we all know what the drought is, right? When a woman goes through a drought, it's kind of a self-imposed thing. You decide to go on a drought because you can't tell me that most women, not all, like I said, we're talking generalities here, right? Most women, all they really need to do is make a phone call, maybe two. Because there's always some dude lurking. There's always some dude offering. But for guys, when we go into a drought, that thing is long, hard, and we got no control. I can't say the word, but I want to say it. Because we don't control it. That's why guys talk to so many women, because it's a numbers game. I'm going to shoot my shot. I don't know if most guys will say I'm going to do it 5 times a day, but if I see about 5 beautiful women, I might speak to at least 3 of them. I might get one number. Because women are bombarded with dudes shooting their shots, but you got to understand, we don't have control over that the intimacy part of that relationship, or the non-existent relationship just yet. And so many guys get put into that friend zone category, and they miss the dinner date guy, my bestie, and they really want to get out this friend zone so bad, but they're willing to stay there for 20 years just in case you need to break their glass and there's an emergency happening, because we have no control over it. So when you find a person and everything is right, you think, but then you start seeing the flaws, it's hard to break that thing off, man, because you don't know when the next door gonna open. I'm just being real. And so you slowly wean yourself off, which is what I did. I slowly weaned myself off. Slowly weaned myself off. Then we start, hey, just come by the crib. Come by my crib. Come by my crib. It's a towel and a washcloth in the bathroom. If you need it, because now I'm questioning everything. I never questioned anything before. Nothing never seemed off to me. The bedroom, however, was clean. The living room was clean, but it was the other areas, the ones that was in the dark, that I didn't see. But that's what new relationship energy does for you. I mean, yeah, I kind of did. I was slowly, I was monkey branching. Okay, I said, look, I was monkey branching. I knew this thing was hitting a brick wall quick. I knew it was hitting a brick wall because now when I'm seeing her, it's just like I'm not as excited anymore. But it's just like, eh. And so the one good thing to salvage was that little intimate space. It was like that was fire. So I'm just like, man, if I could just bring that to my crib, or if I could just put it in like a napkin or something or a paper plate and just take it with me, then you know what I'm saying, it was fun times later. But it don't work that way. It don't work that way. People come as they come. People come as they come. This is probably not the best word usage right now, but people come in all kinds of ways. Dang, it's still ain't the best word usage right now. See, I'm kind of stuck in I'm think I might be in a rabbit hole right now, B. I might need a rope. Help! I might need a rope. I might need a rope. Okay, what I'm saying is people have their issues. You know what, D-Rob? I ain't trying to be funny, bro. Probably. I should have been a rapper. Because my wordplay get crazy sometimes. But people have their challenges. And they're always covering up or trying to cover for stuff. And they're trying to put the best foot forward. But they're not whole. They're not complete. And so they hide things from you. And while you're in this new relationship energy phase, you don't see the things they're not showing you. Why? Because you're not looking. You're not looking for it. Because it's the endorphin rush. It's the, mama, I smoked the damn TV, right? It's that kind of thing that's happening right now. It's crazy. It's erratic. It don't make no sense. Some guys are spending hundreds, even thousands of dollars just to impress, to wine and dine, to create these elaborate fantasies and to play out these things. Some guys are quitting their jobs to go try to work at another company so their schedule can be better. Some guys are living with other people and they're putting themselves under burden, trying to get their own place so they can have this space. And not saying you shouldn't do any of that. But what I'm saying is you're doing it too soon because there's a chemical inside of us that's pushing us to do all these things. There's a chemical on the inside of us that's making us do these things. And just like a drug, you spend your whole life trying to recapture that feeling. And that's where romance comes from, ladies. The idea of somebody. The idea of a scenario. The idea or the feeling of it. So I got a couple of real questions I want to ask y'all today. A couple of very real questions. And one of those questions is, what happens when that newness wears off? What do you do when that new relationship energy starts to subside and you now start to see All the red flags that you didn't see before. There's no help for this one. When you start to see all the red flags, when you start to see all the bad habits, what do you do now? Yeah, y'all getting the PG version. I will say that, cause yeah, with this if we were actually on a Zoom call or in a room together, this would be way more lit. Of course, a lot more graphic too. But we got this. We got to keep it PG. Got to keep it PG. If this is, I think this is still considered PG. I think so. Sometimes we would say, you know what? I'm gonna break it off. I'm gonna go do my own thing. It's not you, it's me. And that's accurate, Monique. But what happens when you got a baby already? What happens when you done maxed out 2 credit cards already? What happens when you about to get fired from your job because you've been half working and you've been taking too many breaks, you've been calling in sick a lot? What happens when you poured so much energy into this person and you no longer feel the same way? Everybody's saying make my exit, especially if we had conversations about the red flags and nothing changes. But that's just it. When you in that new relationship energy phase, there are no discussions. You don't even see the red flags. You saw them, but it was just like that couch. It was just like that kitchen. You saw it, but you didn't. I did have a baby. Monique said, I did have a baby and a ring. Woo, hey, Monique, you were smart about it, right? You were smart about it. Got a baby and a ring, but he cheated. See, there is a proper way to do everything. There is a proper way. Proper way. But ladies, that is honestly probably one of the strongest reasons why men cheat. Most guys aren't walking around saying, "Oh man, I want to cheat on my girl today. I want to cheat on my girl today. Oh man, no, yeah, I'm trying to go cheat tonight, baby. I'm trying to go." Most guys ain't walking around thinking like that. So address them, and if it doesn't work, I gotta go. My mental is more important. What is the statement? I can do better all by myself. Let's try to co-parent. So this is to me, it's very interesting because I'm getting the female side of the female perspective of it. And it's interesting because most times people say it's the men that have commitment issues. People say that it's men who are the ones who are flighty. The men are always running. But as D-Rob just put in the chat, the reality is most of the time it's different. Most of the time the reality is a little different. Because when the romance leaves or that feeling leaves, you start seeing the holes. You start seeing the gaps. You start having the uneasy feelings. I'm talking to you ladies. There's sometimes that uneasiness about what are we doing? Where are we going? And you're looking for the next high, quote unquote. Now, can you have multiple periods like that with one person? Sure you can, but they happen over periods of time. You fall in love with each other many times over long-term relationships. I'll promise you, any couple that's been together 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, they've gone through some stuff. They've gone through some stuff, especially coming from older generations. They've gone through some stuff. Cultures have changed too much. Because of all this love music, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Oh man, dude, you wild boy. But talk your talk, boy. Talk your talk, though. I ain't mad at you. Oh man, because this is I'm taking a lot of time on this today, and to me it kind of feels a little disjointed because this is the first time I've been around or been in a room where there was more women having this conversation, and I'm trying not to offend. I'm trying not to offend, but everything in me is saying what D Rob is saying right now. Is feeling what I've experienced, everything he's experienced right now. I've had more women break up with me around that 90-day to 4-month window than I did, because I would break up with somebody about every 6 months, give or take. Because I'm trying to figure out who you are. I'm trying to see who you are. So yes, I will take you out on dates. I will get to know you a little better. I will court you because I want to see who you are. But what's left for me to do once I see you, once I see you for who you are, is either I'm committing to you or I'm breaking up with you. So I had a 6-month rule. In 6 months, roughly, sometimes it's 7, most times it's probably 5. I'll get an idea of who you are within that 5 to 7 month window. So that's when I start singing End of the Road. Oh, Health Talking chimed in. So you have to keep pushing. You have to think that the other person is putting up with your mess too. You have to grow through seasons with your partner. But that's just it. That's just it. For men, and I think this is the crux of the whole thing right now. Somebody said yesterday, we speak 2 different languages, right? Women speak the language of romance. Ladies, would y'all consider that to be fair? Ladies, would y'all consider that to be fair? You guys like romance. Most times that's the missing piece to most of the relationships. Y'all want to go back. Y'all want to be courted again. You want to, as Toronto Riggin said, y'all want people to keep that same energy. This is what you did to get me. I need you to keep that same energy. Okay, yes, 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 yes. Yes. All right, all right. I like this. I like we about to cut the heat up a little bit now. So men, ladies, what do you think the language men speak? If women speak romance, what do men speak? What are men in search of? Fellas, feel free to chime in too, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same answer. What are men searching for? What language are we speaking? If women speak romance, if women are looking for romance, what are men looking for? That chick Yo said, worked hard to get you, but don't want to keep working to keep you. I don't drop the bomb on that one. They said, oh, you out here working hard, getting me off the market, and now you don't want to do what you did to keep me off the market? The nerve of you, beeps. I'm saying respect, and peace, respect and peace, respect and peace. Okay, interesting. It is kind of right. It's not the answer, but that is the one thing that we desire above all, but it's not the language that we speak. If you hang around a man in general longer than a few minutes, you'll start to hear him talk about what? The future, the plans, Men speak purpose. We speak purpose. We speak about the future, what we're doing, why we're doing it, the impact, the legacy. It's a purpose that we speak. Men chase purpose. Why am I here? What's my calling? What am I supposed to do? In the same way that women seek or chase that romance. Hey, I'm going to keep saying it. All men aren't created equal. We're talking generalities here. There's always an exception to every rule. Health Talk says if we look more at ourselves and our shortcomings most of the time, we will find our partner is mirroring our actions and energy. They just express it differently. Depends on the maturity level. I'm the type of guy that tell my girl, be ready at this time. I'm coming to get you. We going out just because. And that's the whole point. What Health Talk is saying, right? They express it differently. Why? Because they speak different languages. They speak different languages. We speak different languages. There'll be some mornings when my wife will wake up. Oh, let me not say mornings. There'll be some evenings. I'll come in from work, and my wife will be at her desk working, and she'll be tired. She'll be ready to do this, ready to go to bed, ready to wrap it up for the night, and then I'll go downstairs and I'll start working on some other stuff. And she'll be like, "Babe, you need to come to bed." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And what I'm not hearing is that she wants romance. And what she's not hearing me say is I'm on purpose right now because I have a mission. I'm trying to get some stuff done. And so we might miss each other because we're speaking a different language. We're speaking a different language. Communication, yep. Yeah, that's true, okay? Case that someone told me that a woman's life is love and a man's love is life. That's true in a lot of ways. Now, be mindful also, even as an 18-year-old man, you have no idea really in most cases. Now, like I said, there are exceptions to every rule. There are some people who've been doing whatever they've been doing since they were 6, and they're going to keep doing that. But the average person has no clue what they want to do with their life for real. That is more troubling for a man because men, our value isn't assigned to us. We have to earn our value. That's why purpose is that way for us. Now, there are some men out there who don't understand that. And so they just float, and they're used to people taking care of them. They're used to their mom taking care of them, or they find a girl to take care of them. Or they get a roommate to split half the bills. They just work a little job or something, and they just try to stunt a lot. But it's still going to come a point in that man's life where he's going to say, what am I doing? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing with my life? I'm not happy with my life. It's time to grow up. And a man that is on purpose, very few things will interfere with his purpose. A man that is on purpose. Very few things will interfere with it. Purpose comes before everything. Because for a lot of guys, that's the reason I'm here. My purpose is the reason that I can be the man that is desired or wanted, the man that is respected. Because nobody cares what you think, who you are, or what you contribute to the world until you find you, until you declare who you are, until you become comfortable in the space or the skin that you're in. And so most men are on a search for purpose, whether they realize it or not. They're on search for purpose. And a lot of times that to them, to some guys, that is, well, if I get the most girls, if I got the flashiest car, if I got the best clothing, if I'm the most lit, I'm going to be respected. But being respected for being lit is not enough. You got to be good at something. Because that's ego. That's the male ego. I need to be excellent at something. I need to hang my hat on something. D Rob says, so I feel like mentally and physically I'm ready for a woman in my life. But financially, I don't know I don't know if I am. Should I feel this way? Kind of embarrassing. Oh, bro, nah, bro. Nah, that's actually a great question. That's actually a great question. And that's a question that a lot of guys don't really ask. But what it comes down to, it truly just comes down to the type of man you are. If you are a 100% guy and you want to take care of everything, you want to lead with your wallet, then maybe you're not there. I don't know your situation. Maybe you're not there. But if you are a 70-30 guy, which is a new term, by the way, that's kind of my thing, a 70-30. If you're a 70-30 guy, depending on the lifestyle, if you're a 50-50 guy, I say hold off. I say hold off a little bit longer, but don't be in a rush because you're going to meet people on your journey. You're going to meet people along the way. And as you're meeting people, you'll get a sense of who they are. You'll get a sense of what they value. And if money is something that you guys value, then that's some agreements that you guys are going to make within yourself, within the relationship. But there's going to be some people who make more money, more women that make more money than you. There's going to be some that make less. So I would say just go out and keep building you. Build you, become the best version of yourself, and whatever comes, you're ready for. Don't be in a rush for it. Don't be out there searching for it either. Don't be trying to make nothing stay that ain't work. That ain't working. Yep. Yep. Health Talk dropping bombs in the chat today. So I didn't really get to my questions that I wanted to ask today. Although I do want to drop some questions in here real quick. So question one. Romance is easier while dating because men date for purpose. We either want to get to the gold or we want to get to the goal and we want to figure out who you are. That's our purpose for dating. Women, you want to know who we are, but you also want to be romanced. Both are temporary. Oh yeah, makes total sense. Money should never make up the relationship. Money should never make up the relationship. I 1000% agree with you. Money just gives you options. Really, all money is resources. Money is resource. It gives you access to all the other resources. And as you've already heard, how you start is how you finish. Keep that same energy. But if you're supposed to be a king, how can you be a king and you don't have a kingdom? So stack your resources, build your connections, build your network, and you will attract. Because think about it. This is it. When you are your best version, you're going to attract somebody at that level. When you are your best self, you're going to attract somebody who's at that level also. Now, the trap is this: you also attracting everybody else too. But this is where being healed comes into play. When you've been healed, when you've been through the heartbreak, the pain, when you've been through that new relationship energy and then it faded away, when you've been through the long-term relationship that broke apart unexpectedly, when you've been through all the lies and all the things of that nature, bruh, when somebody else come and they got that same spirit, they got that same energy, you recognize it. You don't fall as deep for it. When somebody's coming with the manipulations, it's easier to see once you've been through it a couple times. This is why we say keep living. Don't be in a rush. Just keep living. Keep building yourself. Because birds of a feather always flock together. You never seen a chicken flying with eagles. Never gonna happen. Well, maybe I ain't gonna say never. You don't see crows flying with eagles. Eagles don't even fly with eagles for real. But if they gonna fly with somebody, gonna be another eagle. You attract what you are. So become the best version of yourself, and you're gonna attract all of that. So I want you to think about this, and this is for the ladies, because ladies tend to like romance. We all like romance, but ladies, it's a whole genre of movies, rom-coms, romantic comedies, romantic dramas. And it's made typically for ladies. I watch a lot of Hallmark. I watch a lot of Lifetime because I've had to. Between my mom and my ex, it's just stay on the TV. Be watch some stuff sometime that I walk in the room and I hear what's going on. I turn around and I leave the room ASAP. So I want you to think about this, and we're actually kind of talking about we're leaning toward how to rekindle the romance. We're leaning that way. How do we get it back? How do we get that feeling back with the person that we're with? How do we wade through the space meeting the new person? How do we get an established baseline of who this person really is? Am I missing red flags? So the first question you got to ask yourself is this: um, what activities did you like that y'all did? Yeah, I do come back. I do come back because I know I'm not ready yet. I got to go finish what I was doing because I know when you come back I'm not coming back out. So, what activities were you doing that you liked so much with this person? And if it wasn't the activities that you were doing, what was why did you feel that way during that time when you were getting the flowers and the candies, when you were getting your door opened? What was the feeling that you had during that time? Was it the thought of them doing it or the possibilities of more to come? Also, what attracted to you? What attracted you to them initially? Because a lot of ladies will say, "Yo, keep that same energy. I need you to keep that same energy. I have a standard. This is what I expect." Going to dinner, both. And I think the only challenge that guys have is most guys have a type. And when they met you, you fit their type most of the time, especially if they've gone into a longer term relationship with you. All right, Health Talk, be blessed, man. Appreciate your feedback this morning, man. And you have a wonderful day. Have a great day, man. No matter what. I love that. I love that. The problem with, I think, this whole scenario is that as we go into the relationship, we're no longer that same person. Sometimes I don't have time to cook. Our first real hug. Yeah. I don't have time to cook like I used to cook. Oh, I'm tired. I'm stressed out now. I've gained weight. I'm not the same size anymore. I'm not real skinny or thin. I'm not as curvy as I once was. Oh, I don't have as many muscles as I once did. Because honestly, men, we're attracted to physical. We're attracted to physical. And because of the physical, we want to do whatever it takes to get more physical. That's the game. That's the setup. That's nature's way of preserving itself, keeping the human race alive. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. I know I'm kind of I'm taking some of the out of it. But it's not, most times it's not even our own choices most of the doggone time. You see somebody and you catch a whiff of them and it's like, oh my God, who is that? And then you look back 3 years later, like, what the hell was I thinking? I must have been out of my mind. What did I see in this person? I think we've all been there. At least most of us have been there. So what do we do once we got into a relationship? Because we're going to talk about tomorrow rekindling the romance, preserving the romance, bringing the romance back. Sometimes romance was never there. And the one thing I have learned is that you can't legislate romance. Romance is a feeling. Because I could take my wife to dinner, and while we sitting at dinner, she'll say to me, this is a hypothetical, but I've had this conversation before. We sit in at dinner, and she'll say to me, "Babe, you don't really take me out anymore." But we literally sitting in a restaurant like right now. We in a restaurant. What do you mean I don't take you out anymore? So the guy's confused because what she's saying is, I need some intimacy. I want you to pursue me. I want to feel like I'm I'm still sexy. I'm still desirable. I want to feel that. But she not saying that. So the guy's just like, man, this chick is wild, bruh. Or you might hear the C word. This chick is crazy. And it's not easy to interpret somebody else's language, especially when you don't think that way. Especially when you don't think that way. So that's what we're talking about tomorrow. How to get those feelings back. And I got my own little list. I got a list of 5 things to do. And these are 5 things that I've been kind of working on because I'm no different. I'm just like any other guy. I have my days when I'm up under my wife, and I have my days when I'm nowhere near my wife. I have my days when I think about the romantic stuff, and some days it's so far from my mind, we in different zip codes. But you can't legislate romance. So there has to be a plan. There has to be something that is done to ensure it. And ladies, you have to understand, it's not so much the actions that you're missing, it's the feeling that comes with the action. Which is why a random person can buy you something. A random person can go and build you a deck on your back porch for free. But the person you really like can come and hang a picture, and you will celebrate that picture. Ooh, girl, he came and he hung my pictures. I ain't never seen a picture hung just like that. Meanwhile, the guy on the back deck out there sweating and daggone neck busted his whole thumb off his finger trying to build you a deck. And honestly, ladies, most times I don't think you realize that you speak a different language to us. Just like we don't realize we're speaking a different language to you. So that's what tomorrow's show is going to be about. Tomorrow's show is definitely we're going to talk about ways to be intentional about keeping the romance and deciphering between the feelings. And maybe even being a little bit more clear about what you mean. And it's both ways. Both ways. Because I've had so many phone calls. Hey, when I see you later, oh, it's about to go down. But little did I know, on her way home from work, this is random person, not my wife. On her way home from work, she had a phone call she had a negative message from an ex on a social media page. She had a bad report from a BFF because something going on in her life. Her mom called and aggravated her, and one of the kids threw up in the car. So by the time I get home, I'm coming home like, yeah, buddy, about to tear that up. Love and happiness. Some that'll make you do right, make you do wrong. I bust up in the door like, dun 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 dun. And she's sitting there with a bonnet on looking at me like, my head hurt. Because the feeling changed. You can't legislate romance. You can't put it on the calendar. Yes, Toronto. Yes, dates should be as important business. Work dates. Put it in your calendar. I get it. But you also have to understand the feeling that you're looking for may not always be there. And that's the compromise I think a lot of people have to make. But anywho, we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Oh man. I don't feel like we got caught up on that music. We got caught up on that music. I got a bunch of stuff that I ain't even talk about today. But we'll do a continuation of this tomorrow, and we'll get more into the nuts and the bolts of it. But I got to make moves. I know y'all got things to do as well. So it's been a pleasure. Wrong one. It's been a pleasure and a privilege, and I'm happy that I'm happy we're having these conversations, because as people, we don't have them enough, especially between the sexes. A nice, I'm about to say a nice message, a nice massage would have put her back in the mood. Yep, I get it. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow too. Because sometimes when you come into space and you need a certain thing, and that person has promised already said they're gonna give it to you, and then you get there and it's changed. How do you now get out of your feelings or switch your mood to now be for what that person needs? That's the balance, Monique. That is the journey. That is the evolution that we're trying to work toward. So shout out to everybody who participated today, man. This has been some great conversation, some great dialogue, and I think it's gonna get better. So shout out to everybody this morning. I look forward to this week's conversation. I don't think we're gonna do a case study tomorrow. I thought about it, but I got a lot of stuff I want to get through, and I couldn't find a case study that fit the segment for where I want to take it. And so if I would do a case study tomorrow, it'll just be to do a case study, and I don't want to just be doing things just to be doing it. I want to be intentional about it, and I want it to be right. I want it to fit. So you guys have a great day. Be blessed. Make it a good day. You get to choose, decide, smile, be happy, enjoy life. You only get one of them. So maximize it. Get the most as you can from it. And worry over nothing. Enjoy each moment because you don't get them back. So y'all be blessed. Have a great day. We will talk tomorrow. See you soon. Peace.